Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your July 2025 tarot card reading. We're going to get started with an oracle card. Listen to advice. Guidance is needed to cross the ocean of life. I like this. Guidance is needed to cross the ocean of life. You know, we get advice from friends. Sometimes we get advice just from passerbys, right? I love it when we're traveling, and we're on an adventure and we don't know where we're going, where to eat, and you just ask people, local people, and it's just such a fun way, right? It's part of the fun of traveling, I think. And we're eager to listen to what they have to say and give it a go. And sometimes we close ourselves off to advice when we're surrounded by the same people all the time. I think we have to be more open to it and realize that these people are in our lives for a reason. And sometimes this advice are really the guideposts that we're looking for, as we're praying, saying, oh, just please send me a sign. Sometimes that sign is advice. So there you have it. Excuse me. All right, here we go, Capricorn. We have, wow, I have not seen this knight in a long time. I'm glad it came out. I haven't seen the Knight of Swords in a long time. So we'll talk about him in a minute. But that's the Empress. That's the Eight of Swords. And this is Justice. Okay. So the Knight of Swords surprised me coming out because it's been a while since I've seen him. And of course, the reputation of the Knight of Swords is just, being undaunted by any challenges, just being on a mission, single-minded. Nothing stops the Knight of Swords. He is racing down. He's got his sword. He's going to get through all barriers, defeat all challenges, and he's going to make it. He's going to get to his destination. He's going to get to his goal. And I think sometimes that's the mindset we need, Sometimes we get into a lull, and when things get difficult, we kind of just like, let's try, let's try a different path. That one seems to be blocked, and we get lost sometimes doing that because, sometimes we just want to take the path of least resistance, right? We just get kind of tired or weary. That's the Eight of Swords over here. And so we just move to a different, perspective and a different, action. And sometimes, like I said, we get lost, we lose our way. And so listen to advice will be real important, So if you come up across some barriers and if you come across some challenges, maybe you just still have to stick to it because that's what the Knight of Swords is. It's not always taking the path of least resistance. Now the Empress, oh my gosh, she's sitting in the highest land, on the most comfortable throne with the most beautiful crown and scepter and her gorgeous surroundings. That means she's full of love and peace and harmony and money. She is mighty. She is divine. She's just the divine feminine. She's Venus, love, romance, peace. And she is active this month. And for you, Capricorn, you can expect to find Venus really in your relationship zone, which is perfect because she's about love and romance. Why not have her there? You've been tied up about something, and it might have been a relationship, might have been something that's got you feeling less than confident, we'll say. It's a little bit of lack of faith. So listen to advice, and sometimes that advice comes from within. Don't forget that too. Sometimes our intuition, that little voice inside that we ignore, is the advice we need to listen to. And it has something to do with perhaps your relationships because Venus is in your relationship sector. So Jupiter and the sun is too. So, you get some power hitters here with your relationships. In fact, it's all about relationships for you this month, Capricorn. I can say that. So the Justice means that your day is coming in court. And maybe proverbial or maybe not, but your day is coming where there's going to be some equality. There's going to be a payout. There's going to be some payback. It's karmic justice. Things will be put right, Capricorn. So hang in there. All right, that's the way. That Ten of Pentacles looks like nice payback for me and to you. There's the Magician. There's that Three of Swords that had you tied up in a relationship. And here we go with the Five of Swords. All right. So I said it's all about relationships, and it is. And you know, Venus joining Jupiter is doubling your luck. And that's what the Ten of Pentacles shows. And Jupiter is the luckiest planet. And and so too is Venus. Everybody forgets that because we just automatically think of love. She's quite abundant too. In fact, games of chance and all that stuff from the fifth house, which is what Venus represents a lot too, is all there for you and for the taking. So there is this luck that's going to follow you, but there's some reckoning with some of these relationships that have taken a toll on you. This Five of Swords says that there's still some unfinished business, you know, and it hurt you, you know. This Eight of Swords, Three of Swords, Five of Swords. This is all in the relationship zone, and I can't help but look at these four cards over here, and then these four cards over here. I mean, what a contrast. The Magician is you're manifesting, you know, legacy wealth and family and friends and health and prosperity. And, you know, that's what Venus is, love and romance and prosperity. And you've got, you know, the knight on the shining horse going after, you know, your goals and achieving them through this manifestation power. So, you know, this is like the other part of your life, it seems, you know, it's like divided in two to me. And perhaps that's what the problem was with you and the Eight of Swords. You kind of, you know, this part's going great, but this isn't, and it's throwing everything off, right? It's throwing your equilibrium off. But it's time to, you know, face the truth, face some fears, and focus, you know, on the relationships that mean something to you, that you want to endure, you want to sever, you want to nurture. I mean, these are your decisions, but you just can't leave it status quo, because this is where status quo gets you. It's a perpetual karmic circle, and you want to break it. So you have some decisions to make about your relationships, is what I'm saying here. And honestly, you know, Uranus moving in into Gemini is really... it's really going to rock everybody's world. There's going to be some impact. So, you know, if we don't fix the issues in our life, you can best believe that Uranus coming in is going to cause some disruption, so that we concentrate on what we need to, so we can kind of finalize some things. All right, that's what I have for you. Hope it resonated. If it has, please like, share, and subscribe. Wishing you balance, peace, and harmony. Take care now.